Ministry or misery? Those are basically the two options whenever it comes to the pains and sorrows of life. That whenever we have the courage to understand it's not my own strength, it's not my own power. Here's what I think is one of the dangers for Samson is Samson, his entire life was built on this idea of strength and how good he was, that he can't really admit the pains and sorrows in his life because that would be an admittance that his strength is not powerful enough. He's supposed to be strong enough to overcome all of this, and he can't. No human being actually could. But instead of taking that to God, where God would then use that and so often would then propel that into ministry, I can't tell you how many times it happens. Your greatest point of ministry so often is that deepest, darkest hurt and pain and sorrow in your life. And as you tell others how God has empowered you through that moment, not only will he use you to impact the lives of others, there's actually a healing component in the midst of that. As you minister to others, it begins to lessen your weight and the pain of the grief that goes on within your own life. It is God's very plan, I think, to use you in the lives of others in part to heal your own heart. And whenever you can admit that pain and leverage that pain for the ministry of others, that grief is diminished. But whenever we don't do that, that pain becomes so great, it drives us into misery where that pain is causing us to inflict pain in the lives of others, and they begin to inflict it back into us. And we actually engage in the very cycle of hate. And it's not just between warring factions and warring countries, the Israelites and the Philistines. It literally can be between husband and wife.